Look closely at the forehead of the cat sitting next to you. Or perhaps imagine the most quintessential cat you can think of. What do you see right above the eyes? It's there, unmistakable in bold, the letter M. This isn't just a random splash of fur coloring, it is the signature of the Tabby, the most iconic and beloved cat in history. Today, I am going to unravel the mystery of that M, decode the secret language of their stripes, and find out why these cats seem to have a dog-like loyalty that makes them the perfect companion. Stick around. The legend of the M. Before we get to their quirky behavior, we have to address the mark that defines them. That M on the forehead has sparked legends across different cultures and religions for centuries. It turns the Tabby into a mythological figure. One famous story takes us back to the manger in the Christian tradition. The legend goes that when baby Jesus was shivering in the cold and could not sleep, Mary asked the animals to help. The ox and the donkey were too big and clumsy, but a small tabby cat jumped into the manger, curled up next to the baby, and began to purr. The vibration lulled the child to sleep. In gratitude, Mary marked the cat's forehead with the initial of her own name, M, so the world would forever honor the cat's kindness. But the stories don't stop there. In the Islamic tradition, there is a tale about the Prophet Muhammad and his favorite cat, Muezza. One day, the Prophet needed to leave for prayer, but Muezza was fast asleep on the sleeve of his robe. Rather than waking his beloved friend, he cut the sleeve off his robe to leave the cat undisturbed. It is said that the M symbolizes the high esteem in which these cats are held. The genetic camouflage. So if the Tabby isn't a breed, what is it? It is the default setting of the feline world. If you were to take all the domestic cats in the world and let them breed naturally without human interference for a few generations, almost all of them would eventually revert to being tabbies. This is because of the agouti gene. This dominant gene dictates whether a cat shows a solid color or a patterned look. Think of the tabby pattern as the ultimate camouflage. In the wild, those stripes and swirls break up the cat's outline in tall grass and dappled sunlight, making them invisible to predators and prey alike. When you look at your tabby, you are looking at a miniature tiger perfectly designed by nature for stealth. But while their coat says silent hunter, their personality often screams center of attention. And this is where things get really interesting, because despite being a pattern and not a breed, tabby owners swear there is a shared temperament that sets them apart from solid-colored cats. The Velcro Cat phenomenon. If you have ever owned a tabby, you know personal space is a concept they do not understand. While many people stereotype cats as aloof, distant, or independent, the tabby usually shatters this mold. They are frequently described as dog-like. This is the cat that follows you from room to room. You go to the kitchen, they are weaving between your legs. You go to the bathroom, they are pawing at the door or sitting in the sink. You sit on the couch, they are immediately on your lap. This Velcro nature is the hallmark of the tabby personality. They possess a high degree of social intelligence. They seem to understand the household hierarchy and insist on being involved in the day-to-day operations. If you are typing on a computer, they are helping. If you are folding laundry, they are inspecting the pile. This isn't just them being annoying, it's a sign of affection. They view themselves as an integral part of your pack. The 4-pattern profile. To truly understand the tabby, you have to recognize that they come in 4 distinct designer suits, and some enthusiasts claim the pattern predicts the energy level. First, you have the mackerel tabby. This is the classic tiger cat. They have vertical stripes running down their sides. These are often the high-energy hunters. They're the ones zooming through the house at 3 a.m. chasing invisible ghosts. Then there's the classic tabby. These cats have swirls and blotches that look like a marble cake. The pattern on their side often forms a bullseye. Classic tabbies are frequently the lap cats, the ones who want to curl up and look like a beautiful statue until you decide to move, at which point they will complain loudly. Third is the spotted tabby. Instead of lines, they have spots, looking like a miniature leopard or Aussie cat. These cats often have a wild streak, retaining a bit more of that primal hunting instinct. Finally, the ticked tabby. At first glance, you might not think they are tabbies at all. They don't have obvious stripes on their bodies, but if you look closely at a single hair, it has bands of light and dark colors. This is the salt and pepper look, common in Abyssinians. These are the intellectuals of the group, smart, observant, and often getting into trouble by opening doors or cabinets. The vocal stylings. If you want a quiet house, do not get a tabby. These cats have opinions and they are not afraid to share them. The tabby personality is deeply vocal. They have a massive vocabulary of chirps, trills, meows, and yowls. But it's not just random noise. Tabby owners will tell you that their cats hold conversations. When you speak to them, they answer back. They have a specific meow for feed me, a different one for look at this bug I found, and a very specific heartbreaking trill for you have been gone for 5 minutes and I thought you died. This vocal nature ties back to their desire for social bonding. They aren't just making noise, they are communicating with you because they see you as a peer. They are trying to bridge the species gap through chatter. The orange tabby factor. Now, we have to talk about the superstar of the tabby world, the orange tabby. If you spend any time on the internet, you've heard the jokes that all orange cats share a single brain cell, passing it back and forth. But is there any truth to the idea that orange tabbies are different? Actually, yes. While the stupid stereotype is just a funny meme, the friendly stereotype has backing. Surveys of cat owners consistently rank orange cats as the most affectionate and friendliest of all colors. Here is the science hook. The gene that controls the orange color is sex-linked. About 80% of orange tabbies are males. In the animal kingdom, and specifically in cats, males who are neutered often tend to be more affectionate and laid back than females who retain more of a protective motherly instinct. Because most orange tabbies are boys, the reputation for being chill, loving, and slightly goofy goofballs holds up. They are the golden retrievers of the cat world, big, loving, and perhaps a little clumsy. The chaos of the Tortie and Torbie. On the flip side of the orange male, we have the female-dominated world of the Torbie. This is a mix of a tortoiseshell and a tabby. These are almost exclusively female, and they bring the famous tortitude into the mix. If the orange male is the laid-back surfer dude, the Torbie female is the CEO. She is sassy, independent, and knows exactly what she wants. The tabby influence softens the tortoiseshell edge slightly, making them affectionate, but only on their own terms. When a Torbie tabby chooses to love you, it is a privilege, not a right. The emotional mirror. Perhaps the most beautiful aspect of the tabby personality is their adaptability. They are emotional mirrors. If a household is chaotic and loud, a tabby can often roll with the punches, finding a high perch to watch the show. If a home is quiet and somber, the tabby becomes a subdued comfort, sensing the need for a gentle presence. They seem to possess an uncanny empathy. There are countless stories of tabbies who refuse to leave the side of a sick owner or who become protective of a new baby in the house. They aren't just pets, they are guardians of the home's emotional well-being. Why we love them. So why are we so obsessed with tabbies? It's because they represent the quintessential cat. When a child draws a cat, they draw stripes. When we think of a home, we imagine a striped cat curled by the fire. They offer the perfect balance of wild and domestic. One moment they are stalking a toy with the ferocity of a jungle cat, their stripes rippling as they pounce. The next moment they are upside down in your arms, purring like a diesel engine, looking at you with absolute adoration. They're low maintenance but high reward. They are the comedians who make us laugh when they misjudge a jump. They are the nurses who warm our feet when we have the flu. They are the confidants who listen to our secrets without judgment. Conclusion. The Tabby cat is more than just a coat pattern. It is a personality package that combines sass, sweetness, intelligence, and loyalty. Whether you have a gray mackerel who thinks he's a race car or an orange classic who thinks he's a human baby, you know that life with a tabby is never boring. They wear the M on their forehead like a crown, and quite frankly, they deserve it. They have conquered the world, not through force, but through purrs, headbutts, and the strategic occupation of our laps. So, go ahead, look at your cat. Trace that M with your finger. You're not just petting a pet, you're connecting with a legend. Would you like me to help you draft a social media caption to promote this voiceover video once it's produced?